Welcome to another episode of the Back Catalogue podcast. This is the podcast where we, and by we, I mean me, Apo, and my co-host / co-founder Vincent. Like, you have troubles over there?
No, I'm just doing dumb things.
We dive into the Disney Plus streaming service and we tell you, the listener and the viewer, what's worth it and what is not. Now, if you are one of those viewers and you're on YouTube right now, hit that like button, hit that
one.
Hit the subscribe button as well. You got to hit it because it shows us that you've came, you've conquered, and you've subscribed. That's the tagline. Put that at the bottom of that poster, bro.
That's not the tagline for our show.
Vincent, now look, we are doing the final 2 episodes of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. We're doing episode 5, Truth. And we're doing episode 6, One World, One People.
Bro, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about them. I'm getting, bro.
There's a bit that I want to talk about in both of these. I'm excited to talk about this, Vincent. We get excited about these Marvel things. It doesn't matter if the Marvel property is good or bad. We will be excited to talk about it. And today is no exception. Because as I said, we're talking about 2021's very own, The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Vincent, we're here. And we're talking about episode 5. I reckon we'll just start off with episode 5 because I think that episode 5 has a lot to say.
It does.
And and I know we said this last week, like, it's a TV show. It leads well into the next episode.
Oh, that's how it works.
That's how TV shows.
They do one episode, then they do another episode.
Like, it's not, The Simpsons where it's just a whole bunch of like random episodes strung together. This is one single
Someone's
narrative.
thought about it.
Someone's thought about it. Yeah, that's right. The Simpsons, they never thought about what they were doing.
Nah, I was just like,
continuing to
bro,
go on.
like, this guy has got, like, he looks like a pineapple. I put him in the show.
Put him in. I wanted to talk about episode 5 in some depth, and then we'll get into episode 6. Are you happy doing it that way, Vincent?
Yes.
Do you want to do episode 6 first? All right, let's go. I want to talk about a couple things in this episode. One, I want to talk about John Walker, because we have to talk about John Walker, because there's a bit of an aftermath after what he did, right?
Yeah.
I want to talk about the relationship that builds significantly in this episode, I feel, between Bucky and Sam, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, the titular characters. And I think not in depth, and I'll tell you why I don't want to talk about it in depth, but I do want to talk about the scene with Isaiah. Because Isaiah is a character that I was like, click that, Vincent. Click that on. So I know what time we're on.
So I know what time we're on.
Yeah. Isaiah is a character that I've been waiting to come back. Dude, the friends of the show can see you on your phone.
I should check when we're doing like other content. I just make sure we're lining up things correctly.
We're all good.
We're all good.
Okay. He's a character that I was like, have they just touched on him in one episode? Are they going to bring him back? And I'm glad that they did, and I want to talk about that.
Okay.
So let's get into John Walker. Let's get into Keep Walking.
Keep walking.
Because there's a bit going on here, which
He gets the boot. He gets the boot.
He gets the boot. Now, the opening scene is of him running away from the scene of what he did in the last episode.
Yeah.
It's of him being like,
I done messed up, Aaron.
Yeah, he's realizing like he's still mad, but he's realizing like I've messed up. And the hilarious thing is that he's just running.
What else do you do?
Like, I mean, you can't be like, Uber. Like, do they do Ola here, wherever I am?
In like Serbia, Eastern Europe?
Like, Ola's a bit cheaper. Like, let me look at the things. Yeah, you're right. That's all he can really do. But then he runs into Bucky and Sam, and their goal is to take the shield away from him, to just say to him, like, you've dishonored like everything.
He just runs to like a warehouse.
There's a lot of warehouses in this show. This is the one big qualm.
Well, it was COVID, so places had to be.
This is true.
You know,
that's one thing I wanted to talk about as well. How much of this show was affected by COVID? I'm assuming there would have been a lot, but they did a very good job of not making it that obvious.
Yeah, like they spaced out the warehouses adequately, I think.
All the warehouses were appropriately distanced, right?
That's right.
But
it would be funny if they just went to like some abandoned industrial district and there was just like 6 warehouses and the directors and producers were like, this is the set. Are we going anywhere else? No, this is the whole set.
Bro, you want one scene, we're in here. You want the other scene, we're just over there.
And you run and you just make it look like he's running for a long time, but he actually just goes into the next building.
So I have a qualm with this entire show, and I did mention it in the first episode, and I'm going to mention it again today. The fight scenes in this movie, in this show, you know, they're fun, they're cool, but they are so chopped up.
Yeah.
Like, for example, this fight scene with John Walker and, you know, Bucky and Sam. I understood what was going on through like context, and like there's occasional shot where there's some guy on the ground like, I've been hit, right? But everything else I could not understand.
I've been hit by the Winter Soldier. I've been hit by John Walker. Bro, the Winter Soldier hit me again.
With his metal arm this time. Through context, I can understand what's going on, but I can't. The narrative of that fight is not being shared to me appropriately. It's too cut up. Now, I know I said this in the first episode. Not everything can be the Raid, right? You've seen the Raid. I've seen the Raid. For those who haven't seen the Raid, you got to watch it if you're of appropriate age, because that's quite a violent film.
It's a very violent film.
But the choreography, the way that the camera sits in one space and allows the actors to do all the work. Not everyone can do that. Not everyone has the time to do that.
No.
Like there was that, you know, I don't know if you've seen the Raid 2, but there's this scene where they're in like a kitchen, they're fighting. That was an 8-day scene to film. Just that part of it.
8 days because they just had to do it takes.
You just had to do takes, and you can't just do fighting for that long.
You can't do fighting for that long.
But not
I can.
You personally, but
I was all day.
You still face-offs with people.
Doing face-offs with people.
But you can't especially with such a high budget, I guess they've got so much money that we're not wasting days here. Like, I can't waste days because that's just extra money that we're putting on. Because although it's high budget, I don't know how much they actually get paid for this.
They got to pay the best boy like $100K a week.
Oh, dude, yeah.
I don't know what the best boy does, but he's the best. He's the best at what he does.
It's true, man. I don't know what any of those, there should be something like a documentary that says this is what the best boy does. This is what the Grip does. So then I know. Yeah, there's a man named the Grip. Well, that's a superhero name if I've ever heard
That's
it.
what I reckon, yeah.
But
he's just he's that dude on YouTube that just grabs things heaps. If it was on YouTube, on Twitter, I don't know, there's just gripping things too hard.
Like he'll just get an egg and he'll crush it.
He'll just get an egg, he'll crush it, he'll get like a soda. And he'll just hold it. The one picture he's just holding the soda. The other picture he's squeezing the soda and just everywhere. That's the Grip.
That's the Grip, man. But I know that there's time constraints. There's, you can't always put that much. You can't put 8 days of filming into one scene. So I understand why they didn't go for, that one shot. But I would have preferred that. That's my one qualm with this show.
Yeah. There was also a lot of unnecessary flipping.
Yeah.
Not, dude said the F word and then you put over flipping. Actual flipping. For example, Sam is going fighting this dude and the guy goes to swing at him and he just does a backflip to stop it or to dodge it.
Yeah. I'm assuming that uses a lot of energy.
That's what I mean. It uses a lot of energy and it takes time to do a backflip. If you don't land correctly, you're going to, number one, break your neck.
Yeah, you blow out your knee, you break your neck.
Yeah.
Blowing at your knee is the least of your worries.
Dude would do a backflip, land, go, oh, my ACL. Bro, I can't do this anymore. Oh, man, you did your ACL. Ah, damn. I wanted to ooze for another 6 days.
It's where do you go when someone does their ACL in a fight? Do you just go, oh, dude, that's 6 to 8 weeks, bro.
You're gonna get the muscle from the hamstring to do it, or what are you gonna do? Artificial?
Yeah, how are we doing this? Let's talk to the surgeon, then we'll talk about oozing next. But they do win the fight. They do take the shield away.
While breaking his arm, I think.
They do. They break his arm.
Did they break his arm? I don't think they break his arm. I think they just like dislocate his shoulder.
Mate, anyway, he's in a sling at some point. But that was very like almost reminiscent of Thanos and the taking off of the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah.
But then it leads to John Walker.
Does he snap off Falcon's wings in that fight?
He does, yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was crazy. Was he about to stab him with his own wings?
I can't remember.
Dude, imagine if just Sam died.
Oof. Nah, I can't have that.
And then there was just a cut and it just said, the Falcon just faded away and just said the Winter Soldier. We'll get into like name changes at the end of this episode.
And then Bucky dies in the next episode and just goes, the best boy's still here.
And it's just some dude like, I don't know what he's doing.
He's
he could
holding
be
like
doing
a
anything.
microphone.
He
or
might be
something.
holding a
Who
microphone,
knows?
man. He might just be like, look at me. Look at me. But John then goes to a court hearing in which he gets his Captain America, the title taken away and all the benefits associated with what he had done with his
like he got
military
dental
pass. Yeah.
Like, bro, it's hard to get dental.
Like Lisa needs braces, dental plan. All right. But there's in that scene, you can tell that I felt for him in that scene because yes, he did the worst things that he could have done. Like he killed a man who didn't, really deserve to be killed. Right. Especially in such a brutal way.
Well, the thing is, the only reason that he was stripped of the title was because it was on view for the whole world. If he did that in one of the warehouses, there would have been nothing.
Dude, that's fine, man. Like I'm sure Captain America's accidentally killed about 6-7 people.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like, he's just throwing shields at the temple.
Bro, that's
we've talked about this.
You can't throw a shield at someone and they just like kick it away or
that's a broken foot.
that's a broken foot.
The shield has some physics which I want to talk about a little bit, but I don't think it's that important. But there's some physics.
I mean, they can say like it's vibranium, so we'll let them have that.
That's
vibranium,
true.
So it can do just like
we don't know what it's like.
Wild things.
Yeah, we don't know how it works with physics, right? How the physics world works with the vibranium world. But within that, he was saying a whole lot of like, you guys created the person that I am today. Like I'd done everything that you've asked me to.
Yeah, as a military man.
And it's just, this show continues to go back to those themes of like, what are we doing to these men and women that are like involved in wars?
Yeah.
And also now, wars don't stop. Like wars just like continues to go.
Yeah.
Like, World War One, once it was done, I mean, there were repercussions and things that happened after it. But dude, we had to wait till the sequel to get more wars. We had to wait till World War Two, right? But like nowadays, there's no end to it. It's just people like over there. They're like, oh, this is my seventh tour. It's like 7? Like what are we doing over there?
Yeah, we will get into, I don't normally say this, but we will get into some stuff that Sam says at the end of episode 6 that I really hit me.
Yeah.
It hit me.
Yeah. But I think, and the cool thing about this as well was that John Walker then met with like Elaine Bennis from Seinfeld.
I read something like they had to smuggle her in.
Yeah. She wore a hood, she just wore like a hooded cloak.
Like, why? I don't know. I mean, she's cool.
She is cool.
But she doesn't do enough in the episodes for it to be like, bro, this is wild.
Yeah. All she does really, and
she's like, don't call me Val. Like, my name's Val, but don't call me that. Just don't call me anything.
Yeah, just think about it.
I was like, hey, you.
How do I like get her attention if she's facing away from me? But I'll get into exactly what happens with that. A member of who I assume is a part of the government in some capacity.
Yeah, I think she is because I was reading up on
who Val was
and who John Walker is in the comics. And yeah, he's a part of the government. He's actually a good guy.
Yeah, so he becomes
US agent.
After Captain America dies in some of the comics, I think, or is like not on Earth or something. The government developed the US agent.
Yeah.
Which is what John Walker now becomes.
So yeah, I think in one of them, Captain America was like he disappeared. He's on the moon or something, doing moon things.
That's what you do when you're on the moon, man.
What else are you
Don't
gonna
test
do?
me, right? Yeah, go on.
And yeah, John Walker was the Captain America, and then Steve Rogers was like, I'm done doing moon things. Like, what am I doing up here? It's just craters, bro.
Yeah.
Wallace and Gromit had me believe that there was cheese. There's no cheese. And so he comes back, and then John Walker becomes the US agent. He was actually part of the Avengers in some of them. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just read the Wikipedia page. So
that's right. And I'm assuming there'd be, these comics are so like rich and in depth with a whole bunch of stuff that there's a story in which Captain America becomes a werewolf.
Yeah.
Like we can't tell you everything, but he becomes a US agent and he's got a killer suit. I know that's in episode 6, but he's got a killer suit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see what that is. And I'm excited to see like him as a character, and we'll get into it a little bit as well. Him as a character, he is a good dude. He's just, the issue with him is that his judgment is swayed by his emotions too easily.
Yeah.
He's an emotional man. And obviously, well, like when your friend dies, you're not going to be like, you know what? I'll do a couple deep breaths, say woosah, and then we'll be fine.
Get a pros and cons list.
Let me write it up. Friend dead. Okay. Pros and cons. Like he's not there with the whiteboard, right? He's not doing that.
He's not there with the whiteboard. But one of the first thing would have been on like his list would have been get men a helmet. Like honestly.
Yeah, dude. That's
You don't give him a shield, you don't give him a helmet. You gotta give him something.
You gotta give him something. Give him just a suit that just protects all his like soft tissue.
100%.
You know what I mean? But deep down, you can see that he's wanting to do good. He's just not going about it the right way.
Yeah, he seems like he's not sure how to deal situations. Deal with situations.
Yeah. And that will be exciting to see what comes next. And I'm wondering because I'm thinking that these TV shows are just going to be used as fillers while the movies are not going to then develop story for the later movies. So then you don't have to start from the start.
Yeah.
Like this is the start. This is setting up new things, right? So I'm wondering if John Walker is going to stay in this TV show like universe, which is still linked with the movies, or if he's going to start to be in the movies as well.
Yeah, that's interesting.
But I want to talk about
what else happened in episode 5.
Episode 5 was a lot of one they like fix up the boat because they get kicked off the government are like, we don't need you anymore, like we don't want you involved. Yeah, that's
right.
So Sam and Bucky are like out of it. So then Sam and Bucky are with his family, like fixing up the boat.
That's right. There's a lot of boat fixing.
Look, some people who I know are watching this right now said they don't want to see a show in which Sam and Bucky are just fixing up boats. Right? They said they don't want to do this. They said that episode 5 was dog water. They said that specifically.
Episode 5?
Yeah. They said that to me specifically. Right? And I was quite furious.
I was livid.
I think that the relationship building, the growing of each character and the understanding of who those characters are, because what happens in episode 5 is a lot of training for Sam.
Yeah, that's right. He's learning how to throw the shield.
Learning how to throw the shield.
He's like, bro, this physics doesn't work.
He's not only learning how to throw the shield, but he's learning what is in store for him when if he becomes the next Captain America.
Yeah.
Because
I think it's, a lot of him deciding what he wants to be, who he wants to be, and what he wants to do.
And how will other people see him? And especially, this is what I was going to say before we're going into Isaiah. How would the world see a black man as Captain America, which has been a role for however many years that has been as they say in the show, a white man with blonde hair and blue eyes. Now, the reason I think that this is very important, but I also think is something that we can't talk about, is because like, look at me and Vincent.
Like, we don't have blonde hair and blue eyes, but
a lot of what they're talking about in here is talking about the challenges of being a black person in any area of the world, whether it be in power, in like a level of power, like what Sam will be when he's Captain America, or if he becomes Captain America. Like, no spoilers here, but there's spoilers, all right? There's spoilers. But also just like in general life, And we haven't got the lived experiences to talk about that. We can't just be sitting here and saying like, this is exactly what it is, because that's just insensitive and dumb.
Yeah.
And also we're too dumb to talk about this. But I think that if anything is worth it in this entire show, the scenes between Isaiah and between Sam in these last 2 episodes are worth every damn penny, every hour, every minute that you have to watch for this entire series. Those scenes are worth it.
Yeah. I think what I really like is Isaiah has obviously gone through a similar scenario where, you know, he's a soldier and he's been given some power.
Yeah.
And he's been, you know, had to do more soldier things. Same with Sam. He didn't get power, but he got like wings. And Sam, his outcome has been better. So his outlook is better.
Yeah.
So he's very positive. He's like, yeah, no, we can do this. Like I can help you. I can help these people. But Isaiah, because obviously they put him in prison
For 30 years. Didn't let his wife send him any letters, said that he was dead.
Yeah, that's obviously made him very, you know, correctly cynical about the whole redemption and whatever. And he doesn't want to be in the spotlight. He doesn't want to be known. He just wants to, you know, live out the rest of his days.
Because his issue is that as well, his concern, or not his issue, Isaiah's concern is that if they were to say, oh no, this dude is still alive and he was involved with this, and this, either someone would kill him or he would become now this almost, again, a guinea pig to see what is it like when you've had the super soldier serum for this long.
Yeah, because they did tests on him and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. But it's just interesting to see the 2 perspectives.
It is.
From Sam and Isaiah. And I like their conversations, and, you know, he brings the shield to
his house, yeah.
He's like, don't even take that out of the damn nice leather case that someone made for it.
I think it's also important to see that people from different generations, people from different classes, whatever, can have similar experiences as one another, but have different outlooks on those experiences. But that doesn't mean that those people can't, you know, talk about these things openly.
Yeah.
And that these conversations can't happen. Because there was not one point, I mean, in the first time we see Isaiah, he's like, get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
But in these scenes with Sam, there was never one moment where he was like, you need to get out of my house. They talked about things and they were both open about things, even though they didn't agree with what each other was saying.
Yeah.
And I think that's important as well.
Yeah.
Because you're allowed to have discourse without like arguing with someone.
Yeah.
Even if you have different opinions. That's something for, hey, listen to me now. In saying this, I'm quite hypocritical because like these people who said that this episode was dog water, I'm arguing with them when I see them next.
You guys suck. those people that specifically talked to Apo about this episode. If anyone else doesn't like the episode, it doesn't matter.
No, but just the man specifically that said this is dog water. I'm laughing, but I'm mad. I loved every single scene. This episode as well was Bucky had to. Was it this episode that Bucky had to?
He went to the one thing that I did find interesting was, you know, Daniel Brühl,
yeah,
Zemo, disappeared, and then he goes to Sokovia to the memorial, and then Bucky's like, oh, I'm here.
I'm just in Sokovia now.
I'm in Sokovia now. Like at this memorial at the exact same time that you are here.
Like, was he just sitting around, just waiting there?
Yeah.
Was like,
bro, I've been here for 6 days.
That is a good scene.
But it's still a good scene because Zemo, you know, he's got the book of Steve Rogers and obviously now Bucky.
Yeah.
And he's saying how, you know, you have to, what does he say? It was really good. I can't remember. I probably should have written it down.
No, I can't remember.
But he said something about, you know, you can't just, you know, you have to actually.
You sure this wasn't Sam when he said, like, it's not just about crossing off the people that
maybe it's a Sam.
Did you wrong.
That's
it's
probably
about
the one then.
telling the people that you did wrong who had like no, like it's like Sam's essentially saying the way to get over this and to get past this is that the people that you did wrong, like how there's the old Asian man who he killed his son.
Yeah.
that's the person that you have to make amends with, not the people that were involved with you in the Winter Soldier in any capacity, but the ones that you wronged, not the ones that helped you out.
Yeah.
Or you helped out, sorry, I should say.
That's the one. That was the most.
And that's what he does.
Yeah.
And I'm also assuming, I was going to make a point, but then I realized it was completely wrong. But that scene with Zemo
That's when
was a great scene. He gets taken by the Dora Milaje, but he was ready to like go.
Yeah.
Zemo was like, that's like, I've done, I've stopped, as much as I can, I've stopped these super soldiers from continuing to grow.
I just realized something also.
Dude, say it.
No, we'll get, when
Will we get into it?
Yeah, we'll get into it. I just realized something. But
you're saying like the final scene with like the man's in the car.
The man's in the car.
Okay.
Yeah, with Zemo's mate.
Yeah.
I was like, is this like a new, is that Alfred? Is Bruce Wayne in this? But no, it's Zemo's.
Yeah.
That's why I was wondering why they obviously I know why they went to him, because he was like, yeah, no, super soldiers suck, bro.
Yeah. So it was pretty like
This is we've had like a good 5 minutes of just like absolutely fumbling words. So
yeah, no, that's true.
We've got to bring it back.
Let's bring it back. It was almost not heartwarming as such, but it was like I felt sad. I felt somber when Bucky pulled out the gun and Zemo was like, let's do it. Let's just do it. Because he wanted to be with his family. And that's why, if you lose your family in such an event and you didn't even have the opportunity to like say goodbye to these people.
Yeah.
That's going to be hard. Because like you got all this money, you got all these suits, you can't do anything about it, even though you have all this power.
Absolutely beautiful coats.
But he gets taken to the raft. He's locked up.
Yeah, and Bucky's like, the Dora Milaje, I've got one more request. I've got a special request.
Yeah. So essentially, the rest of the episode is Sam and Bucky. They're training.
There's a montage. He's doing push-ups.
He's doing flips.
He's doing flips.
We talked about flips before. He's doing flips. Because
he's making sure he doesn't do his ACL on the landing.
Yeah, that's true. Because his goal is to like do a flip and then catch the shield.
Yeah, I'm not sure why that's I guess it's probably just for training.
Yeah.
And for showing off.
Oh, yeah, dude. Like, you don't need to
look at this flip and catch the shield.
But I loved every scene with Bucky on the boat.
Yeah, that was good. Up.
Just like wholesome. Like, give me like a wholesome TV show with just Sam and Bucky. Like, they don't have to do anything. Like, maybe it's just like they buy a house. It's like, this is a fixer-upper, bro.
Dude, that's what I want to see.
Yeah. You want to see.
When Sam is trying to get the, rusted panels off the boat and he's there working on it and Bucky just comes in one hand, just rips it off.
We'll get into episode 6 now, I reckon.
Yeah, because the end of episode 5 ends with, Bucky goes, bro, I got this briefcase for you. Look how good this briefcase looks. There's something even better inside. Man. And he opens up and I was like, show me the suit. Show me the suit.
But we don't get that till the next episode, do we, Vincent?
No. And the next episode, I didn't know it was the finale. I thought they were doing like 8 episodes. Did WandaVision have 8?
I believe it had.
I feel like it had
7 or 8, right?
Maybe. But anyway, this is the finale.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think of how this starts.
This starts with the Carly Morgenthau and they're like, bro, we're moving on the hits. Oh, the end. Yeah, the end of episode 5 was when they were like, this GRC meeting.
Right.
We're all going to have heads in there. We're going to do some infiltrating the dealers.
Yeah, and the funny thing about the Carly Morgenthau crew, they look like they're fresh out of Twilight. They look like the bad people in Twilight.
Especially that dude. That dude with the long hair.
The long hair,
the Australian dude.
Yeah, dude. I was just looking at them and I was like...
He was doing Home and Away, then he was doing Twilight, then he's doing
this.
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah. Because I was looking at him, I was like, dude, they're wearing dark clothing. They're quite pale in the skin because they've just been inside or in Serbia. You're not getting that much light.
You're inside or you're in Serbia.
Yeah. They look like they're vampires and they're also, just they're wearing the colours of like that a vampire would wear in Forks, where Twilight is set. Which, I'd love to see some, not them as vampires, but I'd love to see some, what are they, flag smashers. I'd love to just see their own show Because they were a pretty cool crew as well.
They're a pretty cool crew.
I didn't mind that crew, especially that Australian dude. Like, give him some more screen time.
Oh, 100%.
Like, do it for the country, you know? Do it for the motherland, sir.
I know we got Chris Hemsworth, but like he's talking all Nordic and whatnot.
Yeah, dude. Like, Chris Hemsworth is good, but like he doesn't look like every other Australian.
Nah.
You know what I mean?
Well, neither does that guy either.
He doesn't as much, but like he looks like some other Australian. Whereas like Chris Hemsworth just looks like Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah. Oh, he kind of looks like Liam Hemsworth.
Yeah, and the other one.
And the other one.
Steve, I don't know, man.
Steve, Daniel, who knows?
He's doing better than us, but I don't know what his name is.
His brother's a Hemsworth, so he's doing better than us.
Bro, you got your brother as a Hemsworth. Like he probably gets Centre for free. He gets Chris Hemsworth fitness app for free.
Oh man.
But shout out Chris Hemsworth fitness app.
Yeah. But anyway,
look at these games. But yeah, no, they go to the GRC meeting.
Yeah, and they're talking about they're doing the vote on, or they're doing the logistics or whatever on sending people back to their own countries.
Yes.
Re-establishing borders.
And this is one of those meetings in which it's just, you know, a bunch of people who aren't really directly involved with any of the issues dealing with issues.
Yeah.
You know,
which is
politics.
Bloody politics, which
Sam gets into later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We won't get into it, but Sam gets into
it.
No, so they infiltrating the meeting, they shut down, like screens are going all black, like hackers and whatnot, and they throw in some gas.
Yes.
So they're all escaping the
meeting. The plan for the flag smashers is to be like, hey, what we're going to do is we're going to make it seem as if we're going to be in there trying to kill them. But the reality is we're actually dressed up as the police.
Yeah, they're trying to get them out and they're trying to use them as negotiation tactics, you know, hostages. Like, we've got these heads, don't do the borders, which is dumb because, like, once you've gone, okay, we won't do the borders, we got them back. Oh, we're doing the borders again.
Not hostages anymore, bro.
Yeah, like, because
they're just like borders. They press a button and just like borders.
Just a whole bunch of walls come up.
But also in this scene, we understand that our friend Sharon Carter is back in the States, and she is shady. In fact, it's funny. She says some stuff. She's speaking to a man on the phone. I think this might be in episode 5, but he's speaking in French, right? And you don't know who he is because he's speaking in French.
Yeah.
You just assume that it might be someone. But because I've told you my hearing is whack. I use subtitles. It says Bat Rock speaking in French, like in the subtitles. That's what the subtitle is.
Oh man!
And I was like, okay, so I know she's working with like the bad people.
Bat Rock the leper.
The leper, yeah. Bat Rock the leper, who comes back in this and fights Captain.
He's a cool character. George St. Pierre.
Yeah.
I think when he shaved his head and he was bald, and then he grew his hair back again and showed everyone, he got up some cool points or something.
He must have, dude, because like he was a UFC fighter, right? Then he was like, I'm just going to be in Captain America, the Winter Soldier, and now he's in the Falcon, the Winter Soldier. I hope he's in more. Does he die?
Yes, he dies.
What happens to him?
Sharon Carter shoots him in the head.
Oh, yeah. No, he gets shot, but I don't think he's dead.
100% he's dead.
I reckon he's just like, I'm on the ground, but like you haven't seen that I'm dead. You know how in movies, like if you don't see the man like being put into a coffin, don't assume he's dead.
Like if he's not 6 feet under, he ain't dead.
Like Lamar's probably still alive somewhere.
He's probably doing that in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., they take him to like Tahiti.
Yeah, and they just put like things on his brain.
Yeah, and just like stimulate your mind. That's from something.
So this is where we get to see the first glimpse of Sam with his new suit, which is the new Captain America suit.
Dude, when he came in and threw the shield, crashed through the window with the wings, I was yelling. I was in my living room. It was dark. It was pitch black because like no one was home. I was just yelling.
All the geriatrics in your neighborhood were just like, police.
Yeah, car alarms are going off.
Dude,
it's the biggest event on my street since like the 1920s.
Yeah, since the Roaring 20s.
Since the Roaring 20s.
That's exactly right. But I think that that suit is amazing.
Oh my goodness. But the suit with the wings and the shield, nah, you can't tell me that he's the coolest character in the MCU now.
You can't tell me that he's not. You can't tell me that he's not. So a lot of this episode now is just going to be us talking about how cool he is.
And the things honestly, the stuff that he does, man.
Now remember, not only is his suit cool, but he's still a man.
Yeah.
He has no super soldier serum, and he has no intention of taking the super soldier serum. He is just out there doing the work for America. He's putting in that work.
He's putting in that work.
And he's looking good while doing it.
Oh man, he is the coolest character.
So in this episode, essentially it's a whole bunch of action. This whole episode is just action, really.
He fights Batroc, the leper.
Yeah. Batroc gets shot.
Well, not in that point. He he smacks him down and then Falcon goes off.
Yeah, that's right. To save this.
They fight. That was a whole bunch of like, oh, I'm fighting you. All right, flip.
Yeah.
That wasn't a very good fight.
Because also like he's a leaper.
No. Falcon was doing the flips.
Oh, Batroc wasn't doing it?
He ain't doing any leaping.
He didn't do any leaping. All right, go on.
But so, then there's a whole thing of they're getting the GRC heads, the Centaurs, into trucks.
Yeah.
And they're hijacking the trucks.
And they're going in like 3 different directions. So there's two trucks and 1 helicopter. So Falcon's going after the helicopter. Bucky's meant to be going after the trucks, but he's like too busy just like talking to Carly Morgenthau on the phone, being like, bro, where are you?
Come out, wherever you are.
So I'm out front of the Starbucks, bro. There's like 16 Starbucks in New York City. But
are they in New York?
I think so.
Yeah, they are because it's NYPD.
Yeah.
Helicopter.
So this is also the scene where John Walker comes back and he has this makeshift shield that he made himself.
Which looks pretty good. He did a good job.
He did a good job of making it look good. But then you realise shortly after that it's not made of anything that sturdy. Yeah, it breaks very quickly. But he
wants to get back at Carly Morgenthau.
He does want to get back at Carly Morgenthau, but he realises throughout this, I think this is a bit of his, or at least they tried to make it his redemption scene, because instead of, in one point, instead of going after Carly Morgenthau, he goes after the truck that's falling off of an edge into like some construction site with all the GRC members in there, and he's like, I'm gonna stop this from happening. Yeah,
because the Flag Smashers' plan is to either kidnap the hostages or kill them.
Yeah, because either way, it's going to send a message.
It's going to send a message, and like they're going to get bigger borders. Essentially, what's going to happen.
And the Flag Smashers' ideas. So Carly Morgenthau has really hit a point where she's gone all in.
She's an extremist.
Yes,
because like even more extreme than before.
She's saying that regardless of what happens, regardless of if we die, whatever comes out of this, there's going to be people who are going to be bigger and better than us in the Flag Smashers because of what we've done. That's just not the way to go about it.
That's just not the way to go
Unless
about
you're like
and
spreading
even
positivity.
her mates, her Twilight mates are like, she's like, one world, and they're all looking at each other like, bro, I don't want to
say
this
the
kind of
names.
crazy
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah.
I got kids at home.
Yeah, and it's also funny because they've all got super soldier serum, and she's just like, she also has super soldier serum, but there's 3 or 4 of them. They could just be like, let's hold you down for a bit. Let's just speak some words into you. Listen,
speak some
we're
words.
We're gonna lock you up here for now.
We're gonna hit you with some words.
We're gonna hit some words. But this scene, this whole scene is just a whole bunch of action scenes, a whole bunch of people like, are they gonna die?
The truck's gonna fall. Is it gonna fall? It's not gonna fall.
Like, is Sharon Carter gonna shoot Carly Morgenthau? Is Carly Morgenthau gonna shoot Sharon Carter?
Who's gonna shoot Batroc the leper?
Someone shot him. I think it was Sharon.
It was Sharon.
Yeah. So the most important part of this, there's 2 important parts. One is the one that I want to talk about right now, and is one where I'll spend the most time on. But the final, like the what's the word where people like be speaking on like a grand scale?
Bro, we're not at that yet. We're not at that yet.
Have we got another bit before
We've got
that?
another bit. Sam is getting the people out of the helicopter.
Oh, but I'm saying that's all like action things.
Yeah, but I want to see how cool it is when he throws the shield at the helicopter, breaks the window, and then like shoots through, tackles the dude, just throws him in the water.
Yes.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. That is crazy.
Him doing shield things and throwing the shield, and with the... Honestly, I was standing up. I was walking around my house, like holding my iPad, like going, what the hell? Bro, this is insane.
I love that you were home alone. You have like a good TV and you did not put like it on the TV.
Yeah, that's actually interesting.
Like if your partner was home and she was like on the TV, she's like, look, I'm watching, America's Hardest Prisons or something. And you're like, well, I'll just watch this on the iPad. That's fine.
Yeah, no, that's actually interesting why I didn't do that. Anyway, I didn't do it. What do you want me to say?
Well, I guess you get movement. You're allowed to have movement.
That's right. I was in other rooms. I was like walking down the street. I was like, what the hell?
It's buffering, bro. What the hell? Oh, yeah. Okay. That was very
That was insane.
Everything that he does is cool.
Everything. And when he comes down and saves those police officers in the helicopter, because the helicopter's going down.
Oh, that is cool.
He comes down and he's like the wings and the shit.
The best thing about that is the helicopter's like coming down, like ready to crash.
Yeah, and he shields them with the shield and the wings.
I know. And it like ricochets off of him. Dude, that was amazing. That was amazing.
Also, it's definitely like, mind controlled, because how does he tell the wings to do wing things?
Mind control.
Absolutely mind control.
That's all I can say. But
okay, we'll go into
in
the
that scene
bit
as well, he gets like the big clap, the standing ovation by everyone on the bridge. But the final, the real one of the final scenes of this is when Sam has a speech. That's what I was trying to say.
This is when all's said and done. Carly Morgenthau's dead.
She's dead.
Sharon Carter kills her.
Yeah, shot.
Also, turns out Sharon Carter's a power broker.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that.
We'll get into the next bit. Well, we may as well say it now because like I want to end on the Sam bit.
Yeah.
But the power broker thing, Sharon Carter ends up getting, like exemption from like living in Madripoor, right?
Yeah.
Pardons. And they're also like, hey, seeing as we have no idea what you've been doing in Madripoor for all these years, why don't you take up your role as you were?
It's like the highest security clearance. Wait, bro, we got guns, we got government secrets.
Yeah, so the final scene is her walking out of a court, and she's probably about maybe 20 meters outside the court. She's like, don't worry about anything else. Now I've got US government secrets. And it's like, I would have been standing there like, hey, she got US government secrets. She's talking to someone on the phone, man. Like, go into your car at least before you start saying all these things.
Yeah, you would think, because she's still on the steps going out of the, the courthouse or whatever.
She's still on the steps, dude.
Come on, man. She's still on the steps.
But Sam's speech at the end.
Oh, that was a really well-written speech, I think.
Do you think that Anthony Mackie should just get every role? We've said it in every podcast since.
They're going to have like Best Avenger. They're going to have Best Boy. They're going to have Best Avenger. And it's Anthony Mackie.
Yeah. He's going to have his, his spot, in his title thing. But then after, he'll say Best Avenger. And he'll have him again.
Dude, he is top notch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I could just talk about Anthony Mackie and like his suit.
I could just talk about that suit.
And his shield. Oh, it's the coolest.
I had to share it to the gram. I had to. You been in my gram lately?
Nah,
I had to share it, bro.
I had to share it, dude. It's too cool.
But anyway, his speech is along the lines of he's talking to the GRC members and he's saying, he's trying to put a point across about if we do what you're saying to do, which is like close the borders, it's going to lead to this, and this happening.
He's saying that finally the whole world has a common struggle.
Well, then that's before he gets to that, the member of the government says,
he's like, we're still
no, you don't know what you're talking about. Like, you don't know what
That's
this
right.
means. And then Sam says, that's exactly right. But neither do you. And neither does everyone else. The common struggle is that not everyone has the answers, but if you're working separately, you won't get anywhere.
I think the best part that I found of this speech was when he was like, you're making this phone, you make a phone call, you can like feed an entire city. You can, restore an entire rainforest or something. But who's next to you when you're making that decision? Is it the people that you're directly going to affect, or is it someone like you?
Yeah.
That hit me.
Yeah, dude.
That hit me because I was like, bro, he just ended politics in one sentence. Like, he was glasses, jacket, shirt man, super hot fire in every rap battle.
Because he ended the whole man's career.
He ended the whole GRC's career. He ended. ScoMo is there sitting. He's watching it, and he's like, "Bro, do I go to work on Monday?
Am I ruined?
Am I ruined?"
No, he's ruined from other things that he's done. But anyway, that speech, not only does it hit on so many great points, and not only does it also talk about the fact that he's saying that I'm going to be Captain America, but I'm not being Steve Rogers. I'm not being anyone else. I'm being me.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what role I'm in. I'm going to still be me and still like put my values first. Not only is the things that he's saying amazing, but also the way that Anthony Mackie puts it on the screen, dude.
Dude, he's too good.
He's just too
good.
Come on, man. Come on, you're telling me you can't give him more movies?
Bro, give him all the movies. Get rid of The Rock. Get Anthony Mackie. In every role that you would have put The Rock in, put Anthony Mackie in there.
Get Anthony Mackie. I want Anthony Mackie to be in a movie show in which he is a counselor or something, and he is just, the whole thing is him talking about issues with people and going through them and talking through them. Because every single scene in which he has had the opportunity to just speak and use his words as opposed to like using, his powers or using the suit, they've been some of the best scenes in this whole damn show. Yeah,
when he talks to Carly initially in the thing saying like, I feel your struggle. Mm-hmm. Which is another thing, Carly at the end, you can see when she's fighting Sam. Sam doesn't want to fight her because he believes in her outcome, but not about, the means to the ends.
Yeah.
Which is,
Also, just the stuff that Sam has said to Bucky. And I mean, him as a character, his background is that's what he does with soldiers who have returned. He is their counselor.
Yeah.
That's where we first find him in the Winter Soldier movie. This is why we need, and I think what I saw today on the Twitters, right? I saw that he will be in not another TV show, but Captain America 4 will be starring Anthony Mackie. And let me tell you,
the listener,
the listener and the viewer,
and me,
and you, Vincent, I almost, I don't cry in movies.
Yeah.
I don't do it.
You don't do it.
I almost started like crying. Almost. Like the tears were welling up.
When you saw that tweet.
When I saw that tweet. No. When I saw it change from Falcon and the Winter Soldier to Captain America and the Winter Soldier.
Dude.
Tell me that this show is bad. Tell me that it's bad.
You can't. But also...
Tell them. Look at them.
Dude, don't tell us.
Dude, I'll get over that side and I'll tell these people.
Uz. Anyone who says this show is bad.
My goodness.
But you know what else made me almost shed a tear?
What?
When Anthony Mackie is talking to Isaiah and he's like, come with me, I need to show you something.
Yeah.
And he's got like a damn statue and he's, bro.
And it doesn't say that because Isaiah doesn't want to be known that he's alive. He wants to stay dead. But Anthony Mackie's like, that doesn't mean that what you did in your struggle shouldn't be unknown.
Oh, bro, I'm getting
should
shivers
be
now. Nah, this is...
I'm about to get up out of this seat to show these people because you haven't shown them enough. Are we good for time?
We're good for time.
Because guess what? This is the part where we tell you, the listener and the viewer, whether this show is worth the $11.99 for Disney Plus admission. We are at the end of the show. The finale has occurred.
This is 100% worth it.
This is one of the best things I've ever consumed.
This is so good. This is so good. You know, another thing that I want to just touch on when Anthony...
Why are we still here talking, We've said everything we need to say.
No, one thing, because this relates.
Yeah, go on.
I watched Black Panther last night.
Yeah.
Because I was listening to the Black Panther
soundtrack. I've been listening to that lately as well.
I was listening to it last night. I was like on my Spotify and I was doing some work and I thought, what am I going to listen to? And, Black Panther playlist that was on.
Yeah.
I was like, I've got to watch Black Panther now. Like I have to.
Yeah.
Like Kendrick Lamar was saying, like at the end of All the Stars with SZA, like one of the greatest songs. He was like, bro, you have to watch Black Panther now.
Yeah.
And I watched Black Panther and at the end, Chadwick Boseman, the king, he says, wise men build bridges, foolish men build barriers. And I think that ties in perfectly to this. That hit me as well.
Yeah.
Because I was like, yeah, bro, this build bridges, not borders.
That's right. And like get over, if you have issues with someone, even on like a ground level scale, which let me tell you, this show was good at doing ground level things.
Oh, 100%.
But if you have an issue with someone on a ground level, like not anything major, just between friends, the best thing to do is to help, mend that relationship as opposed to just continue building up barriers.
Yeah.
All right, Vincent, you
just
got to tell them where they can
They're
find
all in
us,
the description. Patreon, we're going to do more content. We're probably just going to talk about how good Falcon and the Winter Soldier is.
Yeah.
Got a low battery, but that's all good.
Dude, that's all right because we're almost finished here.
Right. You know, like, what else you want me to say? Twitter, Instagram, it's all in the description, in the show notes. See you later. Like, just watch this thing.
Farewell, you got to watch it.
Just watch this just to see Anthony Mackie looking cool as hell with just the suit. It's like white and dude.
Go to Anthony Mackie's Instagram as well, and just follow him.
He's
Do it.
top notch.
Do
All
it.
right.
Farewell.
See ya.